tool that we don't often see from Luigi's in, this is going to sound odd to say, but in the Western Hemisphere. It's a lot more of a Japanese Luigi tech that isn't really integrated much into the Luigis that we're so used to seeing, such as Elegant. But it worked out really well in that combo, ending in the perfect spacing for True Shoryu.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen him pull off something like that. Like, I've seen him do it grounded. I've seen him get those type of combo extensions, but that was beautiful. Like,
That's
that was
a Twitch clip right there.
Yes, extremely impressive and very much worth it. Running it back to the another match of Light. I'm sorry, Fox versus Pit. I'm gonna get it right eventually.
Although you are correct, this is Light this time.
Yes, this time it's actually Light. So shout out to what I call it Hawk later. No, I won't do that. Now this, for the most part, is really in Light's favor. The Air Lace does very well against Fox, but it's something about what Light does. It's just so hard for him to keep up with. Like, and it kind of counters Air Lace's signature passive style really hard.
See, as we mentioned earlier in the set against Hawk, what made this matchup look so good for Pitt was how Pitt's passive defensive options allowed him to figure out where Fox's linear paths were going to lead him, and then either focus his pathing somewhere else or just call him out on every movement. Light's approach to playing Fox is to just be so overwhelming with your pressure that it breaks the mold of traditional Fox pathing when it comes to combos and approaches, and because of that, it completely takes this matchup and snaps it over Fox's metal knees.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It was smooth, very smooth. And right now, he's just refusing to let him touch the ground again. Like, he's being so oppressive and refusing to let him touch the ground. He just stuffed out the side B. Like he just never backs down. He refuses to let him set up shop. But nice down smash out of shield there just to get the pressure off. Like, if he decided to roll to try and like maybe cross him up a little bit, or his down smash, down air, might have avoided it. But good stuff on his part for like pushing him off of him. And still very scary position for Light. All of a sudden get put off stage. Okay, no.
Yeah, he's going to have his feet back on the ground, and Airlace not in too bad of a position now, so long as he keeps Light from staying on him. One of the aspects of Light's aggression that makes it so successful, as opposed to just being overwhelmingly aggro, is the fact that he can stick on his opponent in their blind spots so well. He's hanging just around Pitt's head, and a lot of Pitt's more notable get-off-me options are near his blade or near his feet.
Yeah, they're like almost directly in front of him. Like they cover like a good portion, like maybe 45 degrees worth of his area. But when you're directly above him, outside of the out there, which is pretty inconsistent for the most part, like you said before, it's hard to like really respect. Barely missing that 2-frame with that F smash. That would have been great because he might have actually stole the game with that rage. And Airlace is actually bringing this right back. And now all of a sudden Light is at kill percent, so he's got to be careful. But good call out. That was very smart. That's not something that you see most Foxes go for. Most Foxes will SD after that. Let's be real. A lot of them will just die because they'll accidentally fast fall after the up air or something. But Larry Lure does that often too. And I've seen Charlie do it a couple times. But I'm not too prominent with a lot of Charlie matches, so I can't really say a lot of things he does. He's a very intelligent Fox as well, especially being so close to Larry.
Right.
But,
what they're doing is taking advantage of how large the hitbox of the second hit of that up air is, and that's going to cover the ledge for them. So if they're either clipping to the ledge, or if someone's trying to cover something to 2-frame it, and they miss that window, they're getting eaten alive.
And all they need is that second hitbox too. That's the kill hitbox. So unfortunately, getting a little bit committal. Like, he definitely had the right idea because he almost got the 2-frame a couple times with that forward smash, but Light noticing it right away. Light does not fall for the same thing like more than once often. It's very hard to trick him with the same option twice.
He's a very observant player, and you can notice that by the fact that he's always changing his routing. Yeah, there's certain Fox bread and butters that he follows, but that's just the nature of the character. He never tries the same approach twice, and if you do catch him on that, then it really is a blessing that needs to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, testament to being like a top player. Like, if you don't get towards PGR like for nothing. Like, all those people who are up there, Nairo, Zero, and all them, they have that consistency because you just do not. Like, right. You have to almost be unorthodox, like, as a regular thing, just to make them, just to be able to beat them. But right now, Airlace is getting on the cusp of being around there, and definitely can like run this best. But yeah, with a much more even match right now. But so far, it's just having to deal with all that aggression, it's just so hard. Like, it almost angers you in the middle of a set, but while you're trying to keep composed.
It can be very tilting to face off against something so unorthodox in the general approach to Smash 4, but also in these enclosed situations. So say, for instance, this ledge situation that we're seeing Aerially's constantly stuck in by a light. Normally, Pit shouldn't have an issue coming back to ledge. He has a lot of options for doing so safely. But with its light, he forces you to pick one option. He forces you to make that option the wrong one.
Just like that roll directly in front. Like, Light already knew that he conditioned that to happen. He just stayed still, never even moved. And he's like, all right, if it works, she's dead. And if he happens to clip me, fine, he throws me off stage, blah, blah, blah. But he's just so confident in pretty much every option he goes for. And that's what makes it so frightening. But nice down air into up smash conversion, and just like that, he's going to even the game right back up.
Yeah, while missing the tech, that gives actually a really large window to cover with up smash. And just so happened to get the kill, but Aerially has to be a bit careful now. Light doesn't have any rage to manipulate any of his low percentage combos, and Aerially is still sitting in that area where he could suffer from just getting eaten alive by one up tilt.
Beneficial to Aerially right now, though, too, is he is still within bread and butter range, so if he could get some throws, he could put some damage on pretty quickly against Light, but Light is just kind of refusing to let him grab him, so I think if he could challenge him a little bit more on some of these aggressive hitboxes he's been going for, kind of like what he's doing right now, could work out for him and possibly get... Well, actually, yeah, he did even right back up.
He did, however, now it's Light in control of the stage, and with the up air juggling in place, really smart use of the orbitars, but that's a trick that only works once a match.
Yeah, you can already see that Light was waiting for the orbitars to actually happen, and that was so smart. That was so good. He knew exactly where, like, the awkward end of that fair was going to land him, and immediately went up there to stuff out the air dodge.
And he went for the quickest kill option possible. He could have followed with an up air. He could have gotten Tomahawk grab, but Tomahawk to up smash was the easiest thing that he could have gone. And it brings us into the Game 3 situation.
Yeah, you know, also, one more thing on that, too. It also mentally looks like something that should be true. So you want to mash air dodge. Kind of similar to, like, the Donkey Kong situation where they go for Ding Dong and it ends up not being in that true range, but they wait for you, or when Bowser's do it too, they get an air dodge read. Like, it just mentally messes with your head a lot. And we're running it right back to Battlefield too. I'm pretty surprised. Like, even though it's been relatively decent for Aerially here, I'm surprised he has decided to, like, change up the mold, because he has had a hard time landing against Fox when he's been put above him, as he should when it comes to the character design, but Light is extremely good on this team.
I feel like this is a lesser of evils pick by Aerially, because if you give him Smashville, that's way too much space that Fox can easily control. Town and City makes things super dangerous. You give him Dreamland, all of a sudden the threat of getting killed off the top is much more prevalent in Fox's end as opposed to Pit. And FD just puts you in a really bad spot, because then it's Juggle City, and Pit doesn't like being there because he's not a permanent resident. And with one less stock, Battlefield's not even looking like that great of an option either. Yeah,
you know, like, I was thinking about it, but I forgot about the fact that Light is probably almost guaranteed to stay on my lap in this matchup in particular, because of the two, especially with the F smash at the ledge. But he used an up air combo breaker. I just need to re-comment on that. He used the last minute up air to stuff out the fact that he was approaching him before to get that kill. And right now, just burying himself into Aerially's face. Aerially is only taking 43% so far, so if he can steal the stock, this man uses
using Shine as an edge guard in Smash 4. A sight to behold.
He does it a lot too. That's the crazy part. Sometimes it actually works. Like, he's 100% believes that his Fox is actually from melee, because the movements that he takes and the recoveries that he, like, actually takes as well are bad. They're really bad. They're not good. Never mind. Ignore. Remember what I said earlier?
Yeah, that whole thing you were talking about.
You gotta compliment anybody that dies. Yeah. Well,
I'll give Light credit though. If he got it, that would have been the sickest Foxfire angle to kill with.
He goes for that sometimes. He'll actually run off stage and go for a 2-frame Firefox.
And to be fair, he could afford to do so. That was only his first stock. He's up 2 games. If he loses this, he has control of his stage.
Yep, that's true. He is up in 2 games. He's probably just going to run it right back to Battlefield, honestly. Man, there's, like, not a good defensive option that he can take. What is he doing? Oh, my God. If that worked.
Yeah, he's pressing all the buttons. He's just doing it. he can afford to do it. You might as well have some fun with it, but he's toying with Aerial Ace, and Aerial Ace is making him pay the price for it.
I feel like he almost purposely did that. I feel like he kind of just, I feel like he wanted to lose almost just to do another match.
Hey, you got to give the man credit. He likes his game. He likes playing his Smash Bros.
Hey, you know what? If he happens to give Aerial Ace momentum and all of a sudden he runs his back, but...
Can he run it back the full reverse 3-0?
No,
That's the question.
I don't know. Oh, actually, okay, so I like this. Definitely way more beneficial for him to be on this stage right here. You know, he has more room to play with, doesn't have to worry about getting trapped at all by any of the nairs that Pit can throw out. Not that he really was too worried about beforehand, but, you know, it's way more beneficial for Fox right now on this stage. And trying to go for a little bit aggressive. I like the idea there. Like being a little aggro on his recovery off the ledge rather than just kind of passively going like he has a couple times because he needs a lot of damage usually for it.
He may as well try to make that trade. Sitting in this particular phase, I feel is where Aerial Ace needs to be the most aggressive. And it's working out for him so well. He's controlling the stage before the platforms transition back in, but once he's let light back on stage, look at all that percentage he builds back up. This is why I was saying FD would be such a dangerous pick. And at least with Town and City, the platforms do give Aerial Ace another opportunity to either extend his own combos or to force Light to follow him in a different position if and when Light goes in for the kill.
My guess is that he probably took a up smash and lost the stock. And he probably banned it. That's my guess. Just for the same situation that you were just describing. Because last thing he wants is not to have any type of escape route whatsoever. But it doesn't really seem to matter at this point. Like, Light has been putting on so much pressure. 2 times in a row, he's going to get that F smash in. Right now, they're going for a third one. And immediately there to stuff him out at the other end. Yeah, this is a little bit aggressive for Light, but he's going to eat an F smash on the side. So let's see if Aerial Ace can bring this back. All he needs is a couple throws to even this match relatively up, maybe around 50%, or eat an up smash and actually still
excellent DI. He's keeping Aerial Ace in this at 119, but this is a terrible danger zone. So much shield pressure from those back airs. And Aerial Ace getting the regrab, certainly helping him out more, but look how far that up tilt pops him up, puts him right in the danger zone for an up air. And just like that, Light takes it 3-1. Aerial Ace making it look like it was possible to bring that back, but overall, Light was just playing with his food. It was dangerous.
Yeah, he was for the most part just kind of like goofing around.